Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Boozer here. Today's video, we're going to be going over my most recent Platinum Arena push. I'm using my endgame free-to-play account. Boozilla is the only account that I use to push for Platinum. So yeah, here's my most recent push. We'll be going over some of the commentary for it. April 23rd. So we'll just jump right in. Moving my head a little bit. It is approximately 13 minutes. Let's see. 13 minutes. Yep. Sorry. There you go. 13 minutes left. 14 minutes left. And yeah, we're just hanging out outside of Platinum Arena. Usually what we do is with couple minutes left, or about 10-15 minutes left, we usually load up some easier fights, and then hopefully we can get in. We have our defense set up already, so we can jump into that right now. So here's my current defense. We got Harima in the lead with her resistance aura, bolster UDK, bolster Necret, and then we have a 6-piece stone skin ultimate death knight, and then a 6-piece stone skin slow duchess. Okay, none of them have a lot of resistance, but none of them have a super relevant aura. We could use UDK, might do that in the future. Also, UDK is kind of like the flex spot. I'm not exactly sure which is best. I feel like UDK is probably the one where I have the most success, mainly because no one hits the defense, so it's like the most scary, I think, or most people avoid it. But yeah, so far this defense works fine. It's stally, it's slow, so I just want to deter. Chance of win rate is probably not super great. Yeah, so here we go. We're just kind of looking for fights right now. So I have like basically two main teams. One is to deal with like Rotos. One is like general, and then one is to deal with like Mortu, which is like generally like a pretty safe farm sometimes. So here I'm using my Mortu team. So the ethos, in a perfect world would be like, Baron or Georgid. But the star of the show here is probably is going to be Rotos. Okay, so you see he got kind of popped there twice, still survived. Kill him off, and we'll take apart this Python. So you can use UDK. UDK works pretty well against Mortu as well. The other one that kind of works that I'll probably start using a bit more is Harima. Harima works really well against Mortu because he usually targets the lowest HP champion, and my Harima is built very low HP because her base HP is very low. So I probably will maybe I'll stick her in there instead of Ethos. So this one I'm just taking the gamble, the speed race gamble. Usually I'm pretty confident in my speed race abilities, I think. If I win, it's a super fast fight. Could be even like 3 seconds. But it looks like this one's going to be slightly longer because it's furious. 1 second. Right, we're still outside Platinum. 20 points away, so still a little whiles away. This fight should be like super easy. I think these are still teams that are just outside of Platinum. Obviously these are not Platinum teams. "20-second farm." Alright, moving on. Yeah, so this one obviously is a lot stronger than the other ones, but obviously we will outspeed them, lock them out, and then just start just dropping the AoE bombs on them. So okay, so Warlord's down. And even most Necrets won't be able to just blast through our defenses, like one-shot everything. But He's also locked out, so it's gonna limit the effectiveness of the a bit. Back to my E's. There we go. Boom. Goes down. Team gets a lot softer. Now it's just going through the stone skin. Alright, still going through the stone skin. Stone skin literally like just eats up like 20-30 seconds. One minute. Right. 8 points out of platinum. Okay, refresh. Bottom half of the pages are pretty tough, so don't really bother too much going for those ones. So this one, it could be a little bit slow, but not too much threat. Just the Harima, of course. But with Harima on the team, it can potentially slow you down. So. Right, so with Harima down, her pass is no longer active, so now we're back up to full strength for the ignore defense ability. Any team with UDK, you're probably looking at like a minute just to burn off the stone skin and stuff like that. Which is still okay for like 10-point fight, I guess. I have to be honest that sometimes I don't look fully at how much points it's worth. I just assume that I basically will take almost any fight. It just depends on how much I can win, or how, yeah, basically how much. Basically just like the win rate in my head. If I have a good win rate, or I feel like I have a good win rate, then I'll take it. It doesn't matter. Okay. So this is just a speed raise. Triggering my counterattack reaction accessories. I love reaction accessories on Ethos because his A1 just freaking, his A1 is super strong. So even with like a super small hit, he'll come back and just slap you, poke you with the A1. Probably end up just killing you. I definitely can lose these speed races against Leafy. Leafy is +5 base speed higher than Arbiter, so you know she's a ghost, right? So you know, her being a ghost, obviously faster than a real person, and that's why like Morgane's so fast. Morgane's a ghost. He's like 4 speeds faster than Arbiter. Hegemon, so I'm gonna switch up my team a little bit. Go with the Stone Skin Mithrala. And everybody else is stone skin or protected. Necrit doesn't matter. There we go. Okay, not a DPS one. Obviously, you're worried about the DPS one. Somehow doesn't get sheeped. Actually, well, I don't have the full sheep team here, I guess, so okay. Ramantu is just, yeah. You know what? The way they can fix sheep is basically have sheep trigger once. So if you have a move with multiple debuffs like Ramantu, instead of having it trigger like, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 times or whatever it does, just have it trigger once. If it fails, then that's it. Not trigger on each. Because that really sucks. That really punishes like the best debuffers, right? Like at least make the format, at least make it so that the best debuffers can still be used. Yeah, because Ramantu is really good, and it's like a free-to-play answer, or you know, potential answer to some of the meta champion meta teams, right? So yeah, I don't like how the way they slap the brimstone and the polymorph, that like that whole blessing update patch was just, it felt very rushed and not tested, not thought through properly. And that team was pretty straightforward. Level 83, thank you very much. Uko is like one of the super annoying champions that you don't really want to deal with, just because losing to it is like Annoying. So, but yeah, we take our chances here. Sunset Uko, you see Necrit is stunned. Oh, counterattack. Counterattack is tripping off. Boom. Just one nuke. All three go down. Love seeing it. Gives me a false sense of like, hey, my ethos is so strong, but like he's actually not strong. Especially compared, it's just comparative, right? He's very strong. Like when I use him, like wow, he's really good. Like I don't even have defense down, like all this stuff, and then but like I do have attack up, and some fights do take too long. So, but you have other nukers that don't even need attack up, and then they go through stone skin, or they have other cool abilities like go through shields and stuff. So yeah, my ethos just definitely not gonna be in those guys' leagues. He does pretty good. Yeah, I like his animations and stuff. Boom, 18 seconds. Let's go. So I'm stacking it up here, and then I noticed that look at this. Look at this. This is unforgivable. My own clanmate hits me 4 minutes ago. This is unforgivable. Hope he is watching. But yeah, so he saw my super weak defense, and then he took a couple points from me. No, but yeah, it was a bit of an accident. So, and he's the only guy that hit me in like 9 minutes or 10 minutes of playing. So it's kind of funny. Yeah, so we're still grinding up right now. We notice our defense log, nothing has happened. There's only 4 minutes and 20 seconds left, so we're like hopeful the Rotos counter. Ethos is a good Rotos counter for me. We should lock him out because we have Arbiter. Should be faster than the Warlord, of course. Okay. So now the threat is down. Now it's just waiting out the stone skin. Okay. Look at these guys. They're like competing for who's the slowest 6-piece stone skin. Yeah, easily burn 30-40 seconds. Easy. Look at this. Okay. Yeah, really tanky too. So not the easiest time for ethos to burn through. All right, there we go. Minute, not too bad. Currently ranked 237th with 3 minutes to go. The thing is, when I start pushing up into like top 200, I start getting smacked. Obviously I'm not part of like any. I'm part of a cluster, but I'm not part of like an arena platinum cluster. So I don't have the that kind of dodging. Like I don't get to dodge my teammates, and my teammates don't. In this video you can see my teammate hit me, right? Like I don't avoid hits from my teammates. It's kind of like yeah. So anyone in a big clan, I think they do have a really big advantage. But obviously finding matchups will be a lot harder. But it also limits the amount of people that hit you as well. Maybe, I don't know. That's kind of like my own assumption, but I do feel there's a lot of benefit to being in one of these meta teams, especially in the top. I'd say top 200. You start seeing a lot of them. Top 100 for sure. Boom. Nice beat on that. Full 10 points, I think. Got 2 minutes left. Maybe we're gonna pick off one more fight. I see this team and I'm like, okay, like there's a Candrafon, there's no Reviver. I think, I think it looks pretty okay. Kind of jump in there. I decide to use I'm trying to think which team I should use. Mainly because Candrafon is kind of strong. I'm strong against Rotos, so I take Ethos and I start plugging away at this team. Thinking like, oh, you know, maybe it's gonna be a 1 minute farm. I choose Duchess because I want to protect my Ethos further from Ethos and Warlord from the Candrathon. But I know I'm kind of in trouble here when after the first nuke and the second nuke doesn't even do anything. It literally doesn't kill the shield on 2 of them, and then it barely kills the shields on 2 of them. So I know I'm going to be in for a long one. Yeah, you can see it can't, and there's a chance I might lose because you see the Candrathon right there, just A1 my Ethos through Necrit shield. So there's a chance that I might lose. So now I'm just like, oh no, not only can I not kill this team, but there's a chance that I'm gonna lose. So I kind of given up trying to finish this fight. I'm trying to not get one shot in this fight. And then lose a game in the final moments, right? So you're gonna see a whole lot of kind of like nothing. A whole lot of nothing for like a little while. But we can fast forward a little bit. There was some like some, you know, clenching moments where the Candrathon even killed at one point Warlord and Ethos. So we were down 2 people. But in the end, I believe we won. Yeah, in the end we won. But it took 3 minutes and 22 seconds. At which point we had already, you know, passed platinum already. So the reset already happened. And we collect our chest. So thankfully, with the remaining like minute 45 left, because we checked minute 45, we checked the standings, we were like 200, top 250 roughly. So in that last 2 minutes, we didn't, nothing, no catastrophe happened. We didn't lose the fight. We didn't, I don't think we got hit a lot. So I would be really surprised if we didn't made it. And we ended up getting 336, which is good. It's good. It was a very safe reset for me personally. Yeah, it felt very safe. We were gaining points steadily. We were able to find fights steadily. So yeah, to me it was very successful reset. We'll go over the logs for you guys. So defense again, DPS Harima, Bolster, Necrit, 6-piece Death Knight, and 6-piece Duchess. So this is my defense log. So you notice that my clanmate hit me. That was the first hit of the night. And then I got hit 3 more times while I was pushing up. I don't know if this fight counted because it says 3200. So I don't think it counts. So I probably only got hit twice. So this guy hit me down and this guy hit me down. So similar type of team that beats my defense. So you go Warlord Lockout and then I guess you just hammer away. And then this team Turbo is actually really good too against Harima. So yeah, I see Turbolds in my defense logs against me. Okay. And yeah, Warlord. I even lose to this Cupidus team, which is interesting. It would take him a while to beat me, I think. Yeah, minus 20. So then this one definitely didn't count towards the platinum when it was still platinum. Okay, so let's move. Oh, we'll move to my attack log, which was actually looking pretty good too. You can see all my fights here. They were okay. Some were pretty quick. I fought a lot. And yeah, I fought a lot up to here. So that was my first fight, 15 minutes in. Yeah, so I probably did like 15 fights. It looks like almost 15 fights in 16 minutes or so. Okay, so here's my Rotos. I only used him for 1 fight, but he's also my main damage dealer. A lot of content. Yeah, fast, cruel, lethal. Good damage stats. I just picked up the 4-star blessing for him, which is like massive. Extra crit damage. Faction Guardian is not full, not empowered. Bolster, neck crit, slow, high HP. My ethos, basically my main nuker that I use for this, because you know his fights can be faster. I may have mentioned reaction accessories, so I got 2 reaction pieces on him, which is really good. Like I said, A1 pumps, got good DPS stats. You know, not fully ascended gear because I can't find proper gloves for him. Here's my warlord. I sped him up a little bit. I finally found a combination with ascended boots that works. Sped him up, and yeah, I mean, this guy is super important for my offense. I think without him, a lot of these offenses wouldn't work for me. So yeah, he's super important piece for my teams. He's in some of my best gear. 6-piece. This is my fast Duchess, my faster Duchess. So she's in 6-piece. A lot more speed. You know, still 100k HP. Resistance is 465. Is kind of just like the masteries and a couple substats. And I think 1 chest, mainly because I need her to do some content that requires some resistance, like Hydra, just in case. So I don't want to re-gear her all the time. So it's more like an all-purpose build, but obviously very useful in speed. Offense. Here's my UDK, 6-piece UDK. Slight bit of speed, reaction, counterattack to slow, counterattack to waste time. Back to my Rotos. And the last piece is Mithrala. I was using her just for against that Hegemon team. Kind of not really necessary. I should make a better team for Hegemon, but I don't see Hegemon too often, so it's just not top of mind. Yeah. So anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Yeah, hopefully there was some insight to be taken away. And yeah, it felt pretty good. This one felt pretty good. Not too much threat. And I hope this continues. Yeah, it's nice to farm legendary books, void shards, you know, potentially get another portrait. I know we got our portrait last week, which is like a huge burden off my chest. But let's keep the good stuff coming in. All right. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.